Cool. Gary, a magnificent win over the world number one, and you showed a lot of character to come from 4-3 down and turn that one around. You must be really proud of that.
Yeah, really happy with the win. I'm not sure about a lot of character. Obviously, it's great to beat Judd, but being hypercritical, there was a few bad mistakes where, you know, a player of Judd's class, he doesn't normally quite let you off the hook like that. And you're just sort of sitting there relying on when he goes into the reds, a couple go on the cushions or something like that. Fortunately, that kind of happened. But in fairness, I thought earlier on in the game I was getting quite a few bad rubs, a few little bad table rolls, costing us safety shots, hitting the bump of the middle pocket. Just as usual, when you sort of play Judd or someone like that on the main table, you're just hoping these silly things don't happen. And it was a game of both that were getting little bits like that, to be fair. So I think the scoreline kind of reflected what happened. Either way, if it had been 5-4 to Judd or 5-4 to me, I thought that was kind of the way the game panned out. We both got on with it, and yeah, I guess it wasn't really a bad game for the crowd to watch as well.
Well, so I do enjoy interviewing you because you're obviously always refreshingly honest. You always give an honest take on things, and sometimes I suppose it comes across that maybe you're your own harshest critic. But you know, I suppose that a result like that against the world number one, you know, even yourself, you must be thinking, right, this is a good platform to build from. Yeah,
it's a fine balance. You've got to be your own harshest critic. That's what top level sport is all about. You've got to be harsh on yourself, but in the right way. I do get, I think, sort of misrepresented, I think, at times. If people think I'm like really down on myself and all, sometimes I am, don't get us wrong. There's phases in my career where I'm a bit at a loss, but when I'm being harsh on myself, like analysing the game there, I've no qualms about being honest about it, but you've got to take us the right way as well and know that there's positives there that I'm also taking. Like I said, you know, it was a great result, great player, Judd. I'm into the quarterfinals now. I'm gaining confidence match by match. I'm feeling like I'm hitting the ball up. You know, there's plenty of positives, but you've got to analyse the negatives and realise where you've went wrong to try and improve them little bits going forward. So yeah, that's all I'll be doing, trying to sort of improve on them little bits and just trying to keep building my game bit by bit. Now, it doesn't always happen that way. Could come into the next match and everything get obliterated and someone plays really well. Or I could get chances again and I've just got to try and build my game, and then you never know, then you might have a chance of winning.
Yeah, how important is that mentality, I suppose, at the elite level of sport to really, you know, push yourself to the smallest minutiae and make sure that everything's right? It's, you know, I suppose it could be easy just to look at the result and just become away happy, but you've got to make sure that you're right in every sort of aspect.
Yeah, you have. I'm one that, I think rightly so, as I say, analyses things and not sort of too much, but you've got to be not afraid of the negatives, embrace them and sort of try and improve on them. And as I said, not have that taken the wrong way. But yeah, it is a very, very fine balance, as you say. Top level sport, you've got to sort of look at the whole game and think, give yourself a pat on the back if you've done well in moments, but also berate yourself a little bit if you keep making the same mistake, keep doing the same things. You've got to find change. And part of the reason I won there was because I sped up a little bit my game. The reason I felt I was missing balls and kept giving games away all the time was because I was overthinking and sort of feeling a bit tense on my shots when it's an easy shot. You should never miss it, you should never mess it up, and I'm almost thinking of messing it up all the time. If you speed up a little bit, you just play the shot and get on with it and almost don't care in the subconscious, but obviously I'm caring, I want to win. But it's for me just trying to, as I say, find that confidence again, and that's a little trick I've been trying to use just to handle that and get over the line, I guess, yeah.
How did you enjoy the occasion out there tonight? It felt like a really big atmosphere. I was stood backstage and you could hear the roar from even backstage when you guys were going out there. It was a big crowd. It felt like a really good occasion. Yeah,
once again, it was really nice to have a crowd. I've been so impressed with this tournament this week. Right from my first game, out on table 7, I didn't expect coming through the curtain to be such numbers there watching, and there was a bit of a roar, you know, and I thought, wow, this is brilliant, because let's be honest, a lot of the tournaments in the recent past haven't been that well supported crowd-wise. I know they're fantastically supported from watching at home and things like that, and obviously the game is so popular here, but this week's been fantastic in the sense that there's been a lot of people here coming to watch as well, so hopefully long may that continue.
And how do you feel, you know, heading into the weekend now, or the last few days? It's you know, it's a big few days ahead, isn't it? Quarter final against John or Tom Ford, looking like John at the moment. So you know, big task ahead. Yeah, it could be. It could be. As I say, it could be a great opportunity. It could all come crashing down. You know, you just never know what's going to happen, because
as I said before, snooker is one of them sports where, unfortunately, if something does go wrong, and it may not even be your fault, you're just sitting in the chair watching your opponent. You've no chance to come back and play your game. So you've just got to kind of hope in one sense, but just be assured that your game's there, and when you get your chances, take them. And as I said before, I'm looking to just take my chances a little bit more, and then I know I've got half a chance. Yeah.
And potentially a couple of games away from trying to break back into that top 16. Was that, has that been a goal of yours this season to try and get in there? There's obviously big rewards if you can get into that.
Yeah, of course, just because obviously naturally the rewards, as you say, not so much being seeded into the events, it's, as you say, it's the rewards for being in the 16. Yes, you're seeded, but also if you can win events, you're automatically in different competitions as well. And being in the 16, you're in things like the Shanghai Masters, like the Masters. Yeah, so there's opportunities there just naturally from being inside there. So of course, just all season long, it'll be a goal in the back of my head. But the forefront for me is to just try and enjoy playing. I've not really enjoyed, because of my standard really, playing a lot. So hopefully I can get a bit more enjoyment back. I've been enjoying this week. So yeah, hopefully that can continue.
Well done, and hope you enjoy the days ahead.
Thanks, Roddy.
Cool.